Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. So this Mission Impossible movie is the seventh movie in the Mission Impossible franchise. And I have been a long time fan with this franchise. I enjoyed every entry, especially Fallout. And yes, this movie is already out and I am reviewing it a little bit late, but better late than never. So, how do I think about this film? Well, this film was an outstanding film on its own, and also it functions very well as a setup to possibly the end of the franchise. Even though Tom Cruise recently has said that he would continue the franchise until he is 80 years old. And so, let's get back in the film. Let's start with the positive side right now. And that is Tom Cruise, Ethan Hunt. He really pushes himself into the mission because this is the toughest mission he's ever had with his team. And the stakes in this movie is very, very high. You don't know who's going to survive, you don't know who's going to die. And that adds a lot of unpredictability to the plot as well. And I really like it. Because you don't know, as an audience, you don't know who's going to survive or who's going to die by the end of the film. And when somebody dies in the film, you are kind of shocked. It adds to that shock effect in the film, which I really appreciate. And you're in on a Mission Impossible movie, and you are in on the package of action, thriller, and also a good plot. Now, with the plot of this movie, I didn't really expect the AI narrative that is heavily involved in this movie's plot. And I really am shocked about why they chose that plot. Because this AI plot is not what I was expecting in a Mission Impossible movie. And I think this is one of the refreshing element in the movie, because none of the previous Mission Impossible movie has ever done this, the AI narrative, and it is done very, very well. It takes a realistic approach to the AI narrative itself. So the movie doesn't handle the narrative as a cartoony plot device, and instead takes it very, very seriously, and you do feel that tension. And if Ethan doesn't stop this plan, this evil scheme, the world's gonna possibly end, and you really feel that tension. And that's what I want in a good Mission Impossible movie, and this movie succeeds on that purpose. Now, let's talk about the meat of this film, and that is the action. Oh boy, the action in this film is very breathtaking. It is really well done, it is really well choreographed, but I am also surprised of how many hand-to-hand combat that is in the film. I am glad that they did that. They did something refreshing with the action here. And I am glad that they take the hand-to-hand combat to a really elevating state, well choreographed. And the action sequences really does take a really good tone. And the action sequences itself, it is very needed in the narrative to go on very well. In every frame in this film, in these fight sequences that happen in this film, you are always able to find something interesting in that frame. And there is no shaky cam, so you can actually see everything that is happening on screen And while watching this film, I really do appreciate that. Now, let's talk about Hayley Atwell. She is a new addition in the team, and I really like her in this role. She provides something different. She really exists to push the film forward, and her character type is very different than everyone that we have seen in the whole franchise, and I really like that. Now, let's jump to the negative side. And with the negative side, I really do have only two problems in the film, and that is one, the villain. The villain, the character itself is very weak. You don't understand his motivation. He just wants the AI device, and that's it. The movie doesn't really elaborate more on his character. You don't know his detailed motivation is right until the end of the film, where you're starting to get what he's after. The second problem that I get from this film is how it handles one of the most major important character deaths in the film. And yes, I will not spoil who dies, who lives, but there is one specific character that I felt really underused in this film. And how they killed that specific character, I really do not understand why. Because they brought up this character in three movies, and this is the closed chapter for that character, that specific character. She was underused as a character because she is very important to Ethan, and that adds a stake for Ethan. But she should have lived longer because they brought up her for 3 films, and this is the end for her. But other than the 2 problems, I really do not have any more problem because I really enjoyed the film. And overall, it is a good film on its own, but I really do like Fallout better. But this movie also works as an opening to the finale of the overall franchise. So for now, I'm going to give this part 1 of a finale, I'm going to give an 8.5 out of 10. And tell me, what is your favorite Mission Impossible movie? Tell me down below and see you in the next video.